Hello and welcome to our August roundup of the housing and letting market for Cardiff, Wales and the UK. Thank you for joining us. The August survey report from the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors on the UK residential market is out, and I think it's actually showing some interesting figures. I think the headline probably would be rebound in UK housing market following the post-EU referendum dip. So there are now clear signs that the market is settling down after the initial surprise outcome of the EU referendum. Buyers' inquiries did dip in August, but it was a modest dip, and it was of course the holiday period. But more significantly, sales expectations are beginning to edge upwards once again. It is likely that the swift response from the Bank of England, both in terms of lowering the capital buffer and the cut in interest rates, has played a role in helping to support this confidence. So what are the figures showing us both in the short term, say in a 3-month period, and in the longer term over a 12-month period? The RCS professionals are saying that they now believe that in most parts of the country we're going to see modest increases both in terms of sales and also obviously in terms of prices. There is one but, and that is we are continuing to see a real shortage of property stock that is properly available on the market. So that of course will continue to put upward pressure both in terms of sales and affordability. In Wales, the Welsh housing market outlook is promising, with new buyer inquiries rising for the first time in 5 months, and chartered surveyors expect a rise in sales activity and also anticipate prices to rise marginally. In the letting market, demand from potential tenants has increased at the same rate. Landlords' instructions continue to fall modestly, and this supply-demand mismatch is expected to squeeze rents to a higher level during the year ahead. There are many contradictory reports in the media regarding the results of the Brexit decision and the impact on the housing market over the next 12 months. And that depends very much on the local economy for that region. There has been something of a drop in activity in central London, but in Wales there appears to be no Brexit blues, with only slight negative signs being shown in rural areas of low population and the valleys region. In Cardiff, we are pleased to report that having removed the uncertainty of the run-up to the referendum, the market has fired up and is operating well with no signs of impact on either price or activity. People will always need to move for many reasons, whether it is for more space, downsizing or upsizing, moving into a particular school catchment, bereavement, divorce, or moving job and area. Prices are driven by demand, and with the present shortage of properties in the Cardiff area, we are optimistic that in the next 12 months the housing market will continue to be buoyant, and this has been confirmed by the RICS housing market report in August. Contradictory media reports on the housing market are to be expected, but always check the source and reliability of the data before expressing an opinion. You may recall the former Chancellor of the Exchequer, Mr. George Osborne, prior to the referendum, warned house prices would fall by 10 to 18% if we exited Europe. Mr. Osborne was never able to supply the source of his information and consequently paid the price for his speculation and unfounded views. If you're thinking of selling, renting, please contact our professional teams in sales or rentals for expert advice without cost or obligation. So until our next update, this is Tony Felici, Director of Kelvin Francis Cardiff, saying goodbye.